Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Nanda from Freedom from Diabetes, and I welcome you all in our one more very enriching experience with one of our ex-participants, Mr. Mr Kori from Bangalore, in our live Samvad session today. So I welcome Mr. Kori in our live session, Samvad session of FFD. And
Thank you.
And few more things before I go ahead. Before Mr. Kori he introduces himself and share his journey with FFD. I would like to share a few of his achievements with FFD so far. Just give me a moment. So, Mr. Mr Kori is 58 years old and he's from Hampi, Karnataka. By profession, he's an IT consultant and a yoga teacher. He was diabetic. He was pre-diabetic, and he is full of family of doctors. And I think he was very proactive related to his health part, and even like he was very fit, fitness-wise also. Like you can say, he was a very learned, educated person. So he very well knew what is the importance, of being fit and eating healthy. And he continued it even before he joined FFD. So in a span of just a month or so, he was freed from his diabetic medications. He cleared his GTT twice, as you can see, in 2019 and one in 2021. His HbA1c dropped from 6.5 to 5.9, and he had a few kgs of weight drop also. But as I mentioned, that he is a yoga trainer also, and he's a very fit and believes in living a very healthy lifestyle, and is from a very family of all the doctors and health practitioners. So he's very well aware of that. So I think for that reason, I think he's fit. And so today I would be first introducing him. And now I would like Mr. Kori to please join with us. First of all, I welcome you. Thank you for being there with us and to share your journey, beautiful journey, with all our viewers and even our FFD participants. So over to you, Mr. Kori.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Tarandip. It's a great pleasure speaking to the many of you, the audience. Frankly, I have been in the IT field for past 3 decades. I've traveled all over the world. I worked in UK and Europe. I worked as a security auditor for European Commission, like that. Well, I was pre-diabetic and I was not taking any medicine for the diabetic. That's for your information. Now sharing my experiences, like I had a family history full of the diabetes. My mother was diabetic. My grandmother was diabetic. My brothers are diabetic. So I knew that my gene is not very strong, and I'm likely to get diabetic. So when I started my career, like I knew that I had to take a corrective action. So I used to search in the Google, and I used to take many proactive the remedies that I learned with my family doctors. I used to do exercise and yoga, but especially when I go on site, I used to face a lot of problem. So then in 2019, I came to know that my fasting blood sugar started going slightly higher, and postprandial also started going higher. So I know that I'm getting diabetic. So that time I searched in the internet, and fortunately I'm able to come across Dr. Pramodtripathi. I attended his first session, and got the gist of it, what he's telling. And it was so sensible, and I got convinced. So I did that. Now, after completing the FFD, I came to know all the factors, that are essential. One person has to know, and how it has to be tackled in a proper way. It came in a well-structured knowledge. I got the structured knowledge, and also I got a lot of motivation. Well, in this particular thing, like for the participant, I would like to share my experience with the FFD journey, because that you asked me. The wow factor with FFD was like since my childhood, I want to take it to the prefix of where I am coming from. Since my childhood, I always wanted to improve. So I read a lot of books like Dale Carnegie, Napoleon, Alfred Track, Jiddu Krishnamurti philosophy, many things, hundreds and hundreds of books. And finally, I combined all that knowledge to total 6 pillars. these 6 pillars are health, motivation, relationship, personality, finances, and skills. Now, health is the one which, if you lose the health, everything is gone. And again, the motivation is like a punctured tire. It always keeps drying out, and one has to be motivated. The relationship, even if there is a relationship maybe with your friends or the family or within the social environment, like those things, those aspects of it, which is influencing the mental being. Personality is maybe a physical personality or your intellectual personality. It can be anything. So in FFD, if you really look into that, this FFD influences greatly health, motivation, relationship, and personality. So major, almost 80% of my life ambitions or the stronghold pillars are being, influenced by the FFD. So health aspect, of course, I was a little bit of, blood pressure also. I had a little bit of a blood pressure, but I was able to contain that also. Now it's almost, I stopped the medication. Pre-diabetic has gone back to the normal state. I mean, my blood sugar doesn't go beyond 110, something like that. Relationship, even FFD emphasize about how your way of thinking and the mental aspect. If you are worrying about certain things, your sugar also shoots up. Now, all those different aspects of it, I'm able to learn it. And the personality, overall physical personality. So with these pillars, I got a lot of help from the freedom from diabetes. Okay, so this is my overall journey with the. So of course, the last 2 pillars, like financial skills, one has to manage, but that's a trivial part of it as compared to the whole gamut of the lifestyles, the life learnings that I got it.
Great.
Yeah.
So what about your, I think there was something that you were mentioning regarding the diet part also, like we see that, this is a normal diet. Many of the participants also, they ask us, doctor, can we switch off to a normal diet or the diet I used to have before I FFD? So we do some certain modifications in our diet. So would you like to, kind of share your experience, and you want to really, share your insights about our diet and, give a better viewpoint from your end?
Yeah, please. See, the diet is the one, whatever the food that you intake has to have the proper nutritions, like be it vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, and the fats. All these things has to be there. Unfortunately, we get into such a kind of a lifestyle that we don't take a proper care, and we don't even try to measure it, whether it's in the right amount or not. So, see, the FFT is such a beauty is that, it tries to embed all those kind of practices in the day-to-day life. If it is a smoothie, it gives all the micronutrition that is to be required, and if you consume that, immediately the body gets the proper nutrition to that. And the types of the food, like when you're taking the food, you take a lot of carbohydrates, or the one which hasn't got much of nutrition. But if you add the sprouts, leafy greens, in some of the seeds, seeds and nuts, which we were not aware of it, that they're all packed vitamins, packed minerals. It has got it. So these things, changes your life, and the kind of the effect. Let me tell you from my own experience. See, earlier to that, like I had a bit of a eyesight, variations before doing my FFT training, and even eyesight improves. A lot many people don't believe that. You start getting a better sleep. You don't wake up in the during sleep hours. Okay, the EGFR improvement, it is nothing but the kidney function improvement. That I could see that. So the effect is multiple. It's not just confined to diabetic. It start giving a lot of effects over there. Okay, and your day-to-day, the interaction or the relationship also is start improvising, because you are attending the emotional quotient of it. In the third phase, Dr. Tripathi addresses that how you have to approach your emotional quotient, how we can improvise that, the meditation part of it. There are many aspects of it. I don't want to dilute that. There are many aspects with which, if you look into that and start working on that, it will improvise. So these are the total things, I got it out of there.
Lovely. And how about you as a person? What is your, how have you updated yourself what improvements, or we can say your achievements exclusively in certain parameters, which you felt like, it was impossible for you. But after joining FFD, you could prove yourself that no, Indudha, you can do it. Is there any kind of, thing that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So there are lots and lots of things are there. See, for example, my kind of exercise, I always believe that yoga is the final answer. And you see, because that may not be the final answer, because sometimes we get so blind that we don't see the other part of it. Strength, stamina, flexibility, all the three things, adds up to which will be helping you to get rid of the diabetic problem. The hormonal changes, I wanted to say about that. Hormonal changes happens only if you attend strength, stamina, flexibility, all these components into your daily routine exercises. So how I did was, like, I started adding the strength part of the exercise, like a push-ups, plank, a mountain climbing, or maybe standing on the hand. These are the things which will add up the strength part of it, which you can incorporate in the yoga very, very practice that you have been doing that. So that I did learn something new out of that. Okay. And sometimes we become so confident that, we don't try to look into the other aspect, whether that can give a better results or not, So that thing has also gone. And many small improvement, I got it. For example, the skin irritations used to happen to me sometimes on the hand. That start vanishing. Many things, So for my message to the all the whichever the mentees are, if it cannot be done, then it must be done. That's the way it is to be taken. Many people give it up in the middle and they don't continue that. No, that shouldn't be the thing. My father always used to encourage that, when you're studying, you do this, take one step, start doing it. If you got a problem, you have to call me. Mentees also, I tell the same thing. See, don't keep on do the chatting. First thing is, when I speak to my mentees, I ask them, you could call me directly, but let it be 1 hour or 2 hours, you talk to me, I will, I will resolve all the problems. So I used to tell that way. So it's better to talk face to face, find out the solution to that. And if you don't get the answer, okay, let me reach someone else and try to get the answer. So that's how we get, motivated, and also keeps us to be in the front track.
I would like to share with our viewers, they must be confused what is mentor and what is mentees. So Mr. Kori was our ex-participant, and thereafter he volunteered, and he volunteered to be a mentor of our joining participants. So the new participants are named as mentees in FFD. So he's mentoring many of them. And so we have a team of all the experts, doctor, exercise, and dietitian. But over and above, we have mentors also, and a very major role in motivating them and giving them that clarity, because all these challenges that we go through our daily life when we start anything, we are trying to modify, we are trying to completely, bring a big change. It is obviously a big change, like, changing of your mindset. And I think mentors definitely contribute a lot in this process. And I thank you a lot for that, also for contributing.
And there is a last message I wanted to say, that those who are pre-diabetic or whomsoever it is there, don't wait till you become diabetic, because when you start the medication, it's going to affect your body a lot. And then you need to depend on the medication. So if you are pre-diabetic, better get into the program, understand it thoroughly, and take a proactive action rather than a reactive, reactions. You shouldn't wait that.
And I would also like to share that Mr. Kori, he is able to, do his Surya Namaskar in a very massive way. So can you share? Because you can see the fitter you that is there, very evident.
Sure.
Mind sharing that with our viewers? Yes.
Well, regarding the Surya Namaskar, like every month from, I think 2004, every month we do a 108 Surya Namaskar once in a month, minimum.
Wow.
And in all these festival days, we do Surya Namaskar extra. Every day we do 1.5 hours of exercise, rigorous. And this one is one. And at a time, we keep increasing that, like 216 Surya Namaskar and aspects also we have done that.
Wow.
So that is almost for 4 hours continuously doing. I want to take it to such an extent that somebody is interested. I want to do it online live also, 216. If somebody is interested.
Yeah, that challenge you can definitely give now. Many viewers must be watching you. And they can definitely, accept your challenge.
Yes,
and, try this, because this is wonderful. Like 216 in one go. I mean, this is amazing, mind blowing.
Yeah. So, but once you feel that, once you achieve that, let me tell you, once you achieve that part, you get so much of confidence. You can do anything. That settles in your heart. Okay, I have done this much. What is this? I can easily do that. That kind of a confidence comes up. And you shouldn't let go. You have got only one innings to play in life. Okay, so you don't get a second chance. So we have to do it, in a much better way. And we should make use of this health properly. We have to maintain that. And to maintain your health, I got one more tip that you better use most modern devices available. I used to check my glucometer now and then. I always do that. Even now also I do that once in a week or twice in a week. I do that. In BP, for BP checking also it is there, and BP operators comes with atrial fibrillation testing also. So these are the things, subtle things. After you reach 50, 55, then you need to take care about that. One should do that, and I always believe in the technology. Now it is come in the wristwatch also. ECG, you can measure it up in your wristwatch. So that is better way. Better be prepared rather than becoming diabetic, then trying to run with the medicine, insulin. You should better avoid that. I mean, you join the thing and you see the gist of it. Sincerely, I enjoyed it, and I got my lifetime commitment with FFD. Let me announce it here. And next, going on forward, you watch my words. I will be getting my the medal. I'm sure about clearing the medal, getting every time. Yeah, sure.
So our wishes with you, Mr. Kori, and I more of your achievements maybe next year.
Sure.
Share with us. And
clearing the GTT, yes.
Own YouTube session also.
I got my own channel. My name is Sahaj Yoga Foundation. You can also see that. I've posted many videos are there. So if somebody wants a specific thing, probably I should be able to help out. Because more than 26 years, we've been doing yoga in our nearby premises here in one of the government college we've been doing. And you can join, and absolutely we don't charge anything for that. Definitely, I will be more than happy to help anybody who approaches.
Lovely. It was lovely having you here, Mr. Indudar Kori, and I hope that this story has inspired many who are watching this video.
Yeah, okay.
Best wishes to you for a very healthy and prosperous life.
Yeah. Thank you.
And good luck. And take care of yourself.
Thanks. Bye. All of